Okay, so I was not expecting this. I was not expecting the Thunderbolts teaser trailer to drop. But anyways, it's here. So let's talk about it. Let's try to break it down. And as always, we'll go frame by frame. We'll go according to the flow of the teaser and just try to extract everything that we can. But just a little heads up, if you have already seen this teaser and you have also seen the Fight Club movie and you also are aware of what Sentry is and what capabilities Sentries possess, you know how interesting the song choice "Where Is My Mind" throughout this teaser is so intriguing. With that said, let's start. So first we see Yelena Belova. So first we see Yelena Belova go up to her father's house, and we can clearly see that Red Guardian is not at all keeping well. He has this mess all over the place and washes his mouth with a dish cleaner. Come on. Man, that was so gross. But anyways, Yelena steps in, they sit together, they chat, and Red Guardian constantly says that he is so busy, he has this huge work going on and all those things, but Yelena doesn't see through it. In fact, Yelena says that she is in fact not keeping well. She says when she's working, she's good, but when she's not working, she's not at all good. Then we see the entry of Bucky Barnes, and it looks like Bucky Barnes is entering maybe a courtroom or the parliament, and it clearly looks like he's working for the government maybe, but he's not very happy with it. He's not very content with it because there's no smile on his face. But that's how Bucky Barnes is, isn't it? But anyways, on continuing that sad tone, we see John Walker taking care of his baby, and he also reads news, and that news is about him, and it says Fall of a Hero, the John Walker story, and he is also not keeping well enough. Now in this scene we can see this building getting blown up, and this is somewhere in China maybe because of this. And if you notice, this is Yelena over here, and she's quite calm, she's quite chill about this because she is the one who orchestrated this, whatever you want to call it. And in the next frame we can see that she is fighting these people, and she is wearing this hoodie, and she is wearing the same hoodie here as well. In fact, as we go further in the trailer, we again see some shots which indicate that she was behind this, whatever happened to this building. Anyways, in this shot we can see Yelena is all suited up and she enters this section of a building, but this is not the continuation of the previous shot. This is a completely different building, and from here on, the teaser is really good. Yelena enters this building and she's quite cautious, she's looking for someone. Then she starts to observe everything around her, and she comes across this paper. And even if you zoom in, you can't really read what is on it, but you can see that these are the bar charts and this is a pie chart. So definitely someone was actually doing some research. In the next scene we see John Walker firing a bullet at Yelena. Then they get into a fight, but Taskmaster suddenly steps in and kicks John Walker. Here we see John Walker, but behind John Walker we can see Ghost appearing, and this is quite funny because in the next scene we can see Ghost goes past John Walker and then attacks Taskmaster. And now this shot is really my favorite shot, my favorite scene from the whole teaser. Here we see Yelena actually throws a knife aimed at the Ghost. The Ghost catches it and throws it to Taskmaster. Taskmaster deflects it, and then that knife is caught by John Walker, who presumably uses that to stab or kill Yelena. That was pretty cool. Then Sentry comes in, really comes in. And this is where the whole crux of the teaser is, because here when Bob introduces himself, everyone looks at each other, and by the way, in this shot we can see this Taskmaster is missing. And this is not the first time that Taskmaster is missing from a scene. But then everyone kind of looks to each other, kind of confused. And then Yelena asks this important question: were you sent, Bob? And Bob is like, no, were you sent? And suddenly all the gates behind everyone starts to shut down, and then we realize, whoa, they were all trapped here. They were all here for a reason, and that reason, we'll talk about that in a few minutes. Then Yelena goes into this voiceover and she narrates that every one of us have done something wrong, have done something for someone. And here we see flashes of John Walker remembering what he did, then Yelena what she did. And this is the same building which I referred to at the start of this teaser, by the way. But at the end, Yelena says that we have all done bad things and someone maybe wants to eliminate us. And this is where the timer goes off. Only 1 minute to go. And by the way, if you don't know anything about Sentry, let me quickly tell you some of the important things about it. Sentry is one of the strongest beings in the history of Marvel characters, and he literally has the power of suns. Yeah, that's right. And he also have a couple of personalities. His personality, the Void, is the most destructive one. But anyways, probably this is the scene where Yelena finds out or figures out, whoa, Bob is bad news. Now from here on, the scene actually changes, and here we see this is actually Loki's scepter from the Battle of New York. And this whole scene is actually kind of a museum to celebrate the Battle of New York, or maybe a party to celebrate the Battle of New York, because in the back we can also see these banners stating Battle of New York. So this could be a museum that they might have set up. But then in the next scene we see the first glimpse of Val and Bucky as well, and it looks like Bucky is working for Val, but he's very observant. He does not trust Val. Then we see Sentry again, and this time we can see all of these people firing at Sentry, but it looks like it won't do anything to Sentry, because we can all see these are all the bullet holes. And in the next shot, this shot was really hilarious, because we see Bucky has kept his vibranium arm in a dishwasher. I mean, maybe he cleaned it in a dishwasher, but come on, that was hilarious. Anyways, he puts it back on and off he goes. In the next scene we can see him again, and in the back we can also see John Walker, but this is the Avengers Tower. How, I'll tell you later. And this scene might be taking place at the end of the movie along with this scene, because this is a fight, and in this fight we can see John Walker is crushing someone here, but at the back we can also see Red Guardian fighting. That means it's the final battle. Now this was a very cool shot, because we see Bucky Barnes on this bike with that longer hair, military vehicle I should call it. Bucky of course topples it, but it seems like all of these vehicles are actually behind Red Guardian and our Thunderbolts. More on that later. In the next scene we can see this truck, obviously driven by Red Guardian, and this is actually the logo of Sentry. This was a very cool shot, but here Taskmaster is missing. Here again Taskmaster is missing, and this is, by the way, this is the Avengers Tower. This is the Avengers Tower, which was earlier Stark Tower, and this Avengers Tower is now bought by Val, and we can see Val over here as well. But the important thing, Taskmaster is missing in this scene. But in the next scene, she's there. What is up with her? Here in this scene, we can figure out that Val was actually the reason behind all these people coming together. That means everyone was individually working for Val, but now Val has formed them into the Thunderbolts, into a team. But Yelena is not very happy with it. And these are the vehicles that I was talking about, that these vehicles are behind Red Guardian and the other Thunderbolts, and then they are saved by Bucky as it appears, but then at the end Bucky also topples them. And that's the end of the teaser. Well, my first thoughts were, I liked the teaser and the song that I first mentioned, Where Is My Mind. I won't want to spoil you the fun of watching Fight Club if you haven't already, but anyone who have seen it know how significant that song is. I know not a lot of people are having high hopes from this film, but I have, because this does look like a very fresh take on everything, and whatever interviews or whatever news articles that I have read about this, everything has been positive, but I won't look into that too much. But anyways, me personally excited for this. Tell me in the comments what are your thoughts on it, and I actually tried to upload my reaction to it as well on my other channel, but it got blocked. I just couldn't upload it. Anyways, I will upload it on Instagram, so follow me on Instagram at Peaky Insights. Thank you so much for watching.